David Bay here for musculardevelopment.com. We're down here in Mexico for the 2013 IFBB Tijuana Pro. I'm hanging out here at the hotel with bikini competitor Dayna Maleton. Now, Dayna, interesting story with you. You got your pro card just how long after your first competition?
14 days after my first show.
Can you talk to us a little bit about that? How you got into competing, how you came about getting a pro card that quick? You know, a lot of people put in years of competition to earn that pro card. You got it your second show 14 days after started competing. Play that out for us a little bit.
Well, it was the beginning when Bikini was newer, so I think it was also easier then. I don't know this year if I did that, if I would have, turned pro my second show. But at the time, my friends were into bodybuilding, and one of them worked for a supplement company, and they told me you should do this new bikini division. You could probably just get on stage right now. So I literally just got on stage. There was a show, the Atlantic States, which was, I think right after they told me. It was like a week or two from when they told me to do it. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll do it. I got a suit online. I had two guys helping me practice posing, which was not good. So that's why my stage presence has taken me like 5 years. So I just got on stage and I got second, first in my class and second, and then it qualified me for, I knew nothing at the time. I didn't know what nationals were, but it qualified me for the next show, which was Team U, which just happened to be right by where I live because I live in New Jersey. So I just jumped into that show, and my friends at the time were saying to me, you can get your pro card here. I had no idea what that even meant. I knew nothing about this industry whatsoever. So I was like, okay, great, I'll get my pro card. None of them had it, so I knew it was something good. And so...
What year was this?
2009.
Okay, so it was right when they started Bikini.
Yeah, so it was right when they started. So I earned my pro card, and then I didn't have a trainer I did it all on my own. I only dieted 4 weeks at a time when I first started. I usually got that I should do figure, my body type's more figure. So basically now it's been about 5 years and I've kind of learned my own body. Last year I had Kimoto, and he did my diet and I got to the Olympia. But I basically just have to run and diet pretty clean, but not over diet. And there's just things I tweak at the very end to soften up, because I do have a harder body. Like, I'm very lean. And I know that sounds crazy, but there's just things I have to tweak towards the end of my diet where I can look softer. So I have to actually look softer. So I basically do almost the opposite of what everybody else does.
Now, with the bikini division, one of the things that I've seen from interviewing different people and being at all the competitions from local to professional is that there's a real wide variance between the training style for girls. Now, I know girls who started in bikini and they were pretty thin, and being that the bikini competitions in the IFBB and even in the MPC, you do still have to have a little bit of muscle. It's not like your local Hawaiian tropic competitions. I know a lot of girls, some friends of mine, who even to get ready for bikini were in the weight room, training 5-6 days a week, pushing the weights real hard. Now, somebody like yourself, you have a very athletic looking physique. We saw that outside earlier doing the photo shoot, which you guys will be able to see some pictures from that through this video and online. With your physique being pretty athletic, talk to us a little bit about your weight training. Again, you touched a little bit on, you might be a little bit too muscular from what you've been told, but you still really want to stay in bikini. So is this an issue where you're not really training weights very much, or you're going real light, or what does your training regimen look like?
I don't train at all. Weight train. I basically do. I do hamstring and butt, but that's basically the only thing I do with weights. I'll do some plyometrics. I run. I'll do cardio. I'll do boxing. Here and there, but I think boxing builds my shoulders too. I basically walk by a weight and I build muscle. So I have to just stay away from weights completely. So
your quads are, for a girl or for any female, you're very impressive quads. You don't do any squats, leg presses, anything?
Nothing. I've never done a squat. I don't do squats at all, and I have a big sweep, which is, if I did squats, I'd probably be able to be a bodybuilder. I stay away from, everybody's like legs. I can't even do my legs.
Now, I have probably heard a million times, and anybody that's been around a gym, bodybuilding, training people has heard a million times from women who don't want to lift weights. I don't lift weights because as soon as I start lifting weights, I bulk up. And 99% of the time, it's BS. It's garbage. We know that's not the truth. But in your case, if you have the legs that you have and you're not training weights, I think you might be in the 0.1% of women who really, if you start training with weights, you're going to get too big. And you've had a couple of people say, hey, why don't you switch to figure? You've said to me in our talks earlier on today, you really want to stick with bikini. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Actually, right after the New York Pro this year, there were 22 girls. I came in 6th, and yes, that's good. That's not bad. I did get discouraged because I got feedback from the judges, and they said that I'm too hard. So I got off stage, and then I read a couple things, people saying she should go into figure. She could put on a figure suit right now, and I just got down bikini. I just got down the posing of bikini. For me to go into figure, I don't even know that I can build. Like, I have a bigger lower body, but I'm like shredded and tight and lean, but I have small joints. I'm very petite. So like my arms and shoulders, I don't even know that I can get that big. My back is very defined and I have like striations in my shoulder, but I just don't think I can get that big. Nor do I really want to get that big. So bikini's more fitting for me. I'm a very girly girl. I'm a makeup artist. I just think it's more fitting for me.
Well, and it comes down to a lot of personal preference. I know we talk a lot on muscular development about all the women's divisions and things like that. And there's people who, kind of frown upon bikini. And when figure first came out, there was a lot of people who even frowned upon figure, saying it's a toned down version of bodybuilding. But, personally, what I think with the IFBB and the NPC, it just allows a competitive outlet for people who want to have a goal for themselves, who want to compete in something, but aren't gonna go after a bodybuilding competition. You take a woman like yourself, who you said you prefer being very feminine, but you have an athletic background, you like competition, but you don't want to look like a bodybuilder, and that's not the goal that you're shooting for. So having these bikini competitions, it's definitely a positive, I think, for everybody. So yeah, if you want to stick with bikini, then I say stick with it, and try to make the best that you can. And obviously, it's going pretty well for you. Last year in 2012, you had 6 shows. One of them was the Olympia. The other 5 shows, top 5 finish in all your shows. This year in 2013, you've done 3 shows. You've been top 5 in all those shows. Definitely a favorite coming into the Tijuana Pro. Some of the big names that we've seen at some of the other shows throughout the course of the year, not here. So again, you're a favorite. If you get the top spot here, are you planning on doing the Olympia next year? I know we didn't see you there this year.
Yeah, of course. After my first show, actually, I wasn't planning on even competing last year. So I did the New York Pro, or this year, I did the New York Pro. And then at the Olympia, I kind of almost regretted not doing more. I actually was doing Toronto and I pulled out. It was the following week of the New York Pro. Again, I just got discouraged and I was like, I'm too hard for this, and I can't do it. So that was just like all in my head. And then I did Houston and I came in 3rd. So then I was like, this is usually how things happen for me. I got points. Might as well continue. So then I did Iowa. I got 3rd again. So now I have more points. And then I got off stage, went to go eat a ton of food. And somebody said, why don't you go to Mexico, Tijuana Pro? And I was like, okay, might as well. So it's the last show of the year. And obviously now my goal is to get to the Olympia, so I'm in full force right now.
Well, I think you got a pretty good head start. What a lot of people might not know, and a lot of you guys might know it already, is any of the shows after the Olympia, even though they are in the 2013 calendar year, anything after the Olympia earns you qualification points towards next year. So you're already doing pretty well. 2 shows. I believe you got third in both of them. So you've got 6 points. I think everybody, even if you don't win today, everybody probably has you in that top 3. So you could you could have points in the double digits already before 2013 is over. So that's definitely not too bad.
Yeah.
So we'll probably wrap things up here. I know you want to get back to your room, get some food. I know I've got to go eat too. So we're going to wish you the best of luck at tomorrow's competition. Are you going to swing down to the Mexican Nationals they're having tonight and watch a little bit of that?
Yeah, definitely. Okay. I have nothing else to do.
Yeah, it's actually Tijuana's. When we had talked about this earlier, everybody was, oh, be careful in Tijuana. The area around our hotel is actually, it's not really any different than looking out your front door where you're at, except the signs are in Spanish. Starbucks, Carl's Jr., which for you people in Midwest, that's the same thing as Hardee's, grocery stores, stuff like that. So
I was walking around yesterday by myself for 2 hours, and I was totally fine. There's like cute little plazas, stores. There's a sushi place I'm going to go to later. I mean, it's nice here, actually.
Yeah, if you were walking around by yourself for 2 hours, I should be pretty good.
Well, there was a lot of cars honking their horns every 2 seconds, but I was like, why is everybody honking their horns around here? And then I realized.
Were you walking around in your bikini or?
No. Just some leggings and a tank top. But.
Oh, well, still. So, all right, guys. Well, we're gonna again wrap it up here. Wish you the best of luck tomorrow at the competition. From David Bay with Dayna Maleton, the 2013 IFBB Tijuana Pro. Maletoni. April.
Doesn't look like you're ready.
April. It's called fat.
I think maybe you should start running and listen to some music.
I don't.
Do you really need a microphone?
Yeah.
You need a microphone? I feel like this is so like loungy.
This is Victor Martinez. And why have you not stopped by the MD Superstore? Come on now. I'm there all the time. You should be there too.